Okay, this is take 2 because I stuffed up incredibly with that last little video. So hopefully this one will go a little bit smoother. So I hope you're all keeping well and that all the Christmas preparations are going well for you as well. So I thought today we'd do the little double slider gift card holder. So I thought I'll just show you how it works. So you just pull one end and then both ends pop out. I think I'm having a shocker today. There we go. So then you've got the little gift card. It's held in a little pocket there. And then you can have the little message on the other side. Or you can leave that blank and use that as where you can put your own personal message. So I've got the little verse there, but you could just write a little personal message to the person that you're giving this little gift to. So to start off with, we've got a piece of cardstock here. So again, you can use any colours. I've used the Christmas morning papers, and this is our rouge cardstock. So this piece is 14 centimetres by 22 centimetres. I'll post all the measurements on the top of this thread once or later on this afternoon. Okay, so it'll be there for you if you want to use it. So what we're going to do is just score this piece of card. So we're going to do our first score is at 7 centimetres, and this is along the 22 centimetre edge. So 7 centimetres and then 14 centimetres and then 21 centimetres, which then just leaves you the little 1 centimetre fold over. Okay, then what we're going to do, so that just folds in, we're just going to cut off a little, because see when we're folding, this comes really close to that fold. So we're just going to trim a little bit off, just so that that all fits in nicely together. So just a little slither. So just a little piece like that is enough, just so that it fits in there a little bit more neatly. Then we're going to create the little pull-out piece here. So that will be, now I'll get a little bit confused. So that's going to fold in there like that. So it's this piece here. So that's going to be the front of your card there. So that's where we want to cut our little pull-out piece. So I'm just going to use our little circle die here. So just centering that, popping on the piece of washi tape to hold it in place, because we really don't want that slipping. Then just popping the top on and in through our Gemini. There we go. So we've got that little pull-out part there. Then in this position here, we're going to cut the 2 little slits that are going to take our little cellophane mechanism. So that's our mechanism that's going to allow the cards to slide. So I've I've just used the cellophane from the wrapping on our embellishments. So, I mean, you can pick up cellophane wherever you like. But, yeah, I love recycling. So it's nice to be able to use some of the packaging that we get from Kaszazz. So I've made this about 4 centimetres wide. And you need it long enough to be able to wrap around. So I'm going to cut 2 little slits in here. So there and there. So you'd need it to be about 16 centimetres long. Now you could do this with the trimmer, but I'm just going to do it with my trusty blade. So you want it to be about 1 centimetre down, and this little panel is about 7 centimetres, just a little bit less now because we've taken that little bit off. So you want to come down about 1 centimetre, and then we're going to start at about here. So you want about 1 centimetre from the edge and go to about 1 centimetre from there, okay? And then what I'm going to do is make just another little cut directly underneath that to make the slit a little bit wider. Okay, and then just remove that piece. And then you're going to do exactly the same at the other end. And then just make another little cut directly under that to make that little slit. And then just cut the little slit out. Okay. So then that's just going to thread on through, and then you're just going to fold that over, and you're just going to join that up with a bit of double-sided tape. Just take that off, and you can just, if you've got any extra tape come over the edge, just fold it back on itself. So you don't want this too tight, otherwise the mechanism's not going to slide. So we just want to have it, that might be just a bit too tight. So we'll just loosen it off a little bit. Slides better. So just have a bit of a play around with it. So that's good. So that's going to fit there like that. Now just give everything a nice burnish with the bone scorer, just so everything sits nice and flat. Okay, so we can set that aside for a second, although we'll just put our tape on there so that's ready to go. And then we can just create the pockets. So with this one, I've just scored that down at 3 centimetres. So this is 6.5, I'm pretty sure. No, 6. So this is 6 centimetres by 14. And then I've just scored that at 3 centimetres to create the little pocket. So with the little pocket, you're not going to see this. So I've just used a little bit of scrap card that I've got here. So just putting a bit of tape on that, and you're just going to wrap a little scrap piece around just to hold that pocket in place, because we don't want to tape there because that's going to interfere with the, so we just want it to be able to fit in there. So if we put tape on either side, then you wouldn't have enough room for your card. I mean, we could just make the whole thing a little bit wider. So you could always play around with the measurements if you wanted to have it a little bit wider. Oh, and I forgot to put in the little pocket piece. So we're just going to stamp that little pocket piece. And I'm going to corner round it too, just to give that. Except I didn't bring the corner rounder out, did I? Oh well, bad luck. It's not getting corner rounded. So we just put a little bit of the bottle brush, just to give that a little bit of extra decoration. So I like the green end, so I'm just going to put the little bottle brush there, and then we can just dash around that with a bit of the red. And then that's going to get stuck onto there like that. Actually, I am going to go and get the corner around it because I want to see what it looks like. I will be back in a second. And I'm back. So I'm just going to corner round, I'm just going to do the 7mm one, which is the middle size one. So this is our cute little punch. And then I'm going to do the same. So with this punch, you've got the 7mm, the 4mm, and the 10mm corner rounders. I think that looks quite cute. And then we've just got our little hole punch, so just our single hole punch, so halfway in. And then I've got a little piece of ribbon here, which has got a lovely, I don't know if you can see it, it's got a lovely silver thread on it. So I was thinking white just doesn't do it for me, but we can change it. So just using the blending tool, we can then colour it. So the advantage of white ribbon is that you can then colour it to match the project that you're working on, and the silver still comes through, which is nice. It's nice to get the coordinating stuff, and if you've just got the white ribbon, you can then colour it all however you want. Just going to thread the ribbon through and then create a little loop. Then just trim the edges off. Okay, so that's one of the little pockets done. And then the other little pocket here, I'm going to put our little wishes on there. So I'm just going to stamp that with the black ink. Now I'm going to stamp it close to the edge, because the other part is going to be left inside the voucher, so we need to make sure that we can see the message. Beautiful. And then we can put another little bit of the bottle brush on here just to decorate that up a little bit. So maybe just on the corners. And then we can round off that corner as well. And then I'm going to dash around that with the red. And I can pop that in there. So it is a little bit fiddly, but I think the effect is great, and especially if you're looking for some for something to create for someone special and a little bit unusual. I think this is really cute. Okay, so there's our two pockets ready to go. So now we need to make sure that the orientation is correct with what we're doing. So what you need to do is just put them in how you're going to have it. So if we put one in the front, and then this one, see how there's the slot there? So I've put this one in the front, and then you want to slide that one in the back. Okay, so now when we open it up, we can see how we need to stick that down on the mechanism. Okay, so what we do now is we need to line up. So we just measure across there, and that looks like that's about the right area for there. I'll just put another one on there too. So we just peel that off. And then we just fold this over and line it up. So we want to line this up so that it's on the edge, right on the edge of the card here, and basically sitting in the middle of this section here. Okay, then, so that's that part done. Then we're going to open that up, and we'll see this needs to stick on this part here. So we just eyeball that, and we think, right, that needs to go about there. And I'm just going to put another piece on just to make sure it stays on there. Folding any extra bits over on itself. And then we turn that over, make sure that's lined up in the middle there. That looks about right. And then press down. Okay, so now we just make sure again that that is working. That looks like that's working. And then what we can do is just close that all up. And then here we take our piece of tape over. Now you've got the little thing here. You need to make sure you get this up and over that, so that slips into the little slot. I don't know if you were able to see that. So now, so you've got your little pocket, your little pop-out piece here, but this needs to go over the top of that so that you've then got your piece coming through here. Okay, and then that just gets pulled together and pressed down. Okay, so then hopefully, if all goes to plan, it just pulls out. Oh, why isn't that going back in? Just the first few times it can get a little bit stuck, so just, yeah, that's just going to so you can see the whole message. Okay, so that's good. Now we've just got our little wraparound piece. So what we're going to do here is just pop some tape kind of in the middle on the two ends. So I've cut this piece at 14.5 by 11. So what we're doing is just eyeballing it so you've got even red on both sides. Just press down and then you're just wrapping it around. Oh, that doesn't quite look straight, but anyway. There we go. And then we've got our little Merry Christmas piece. So just stamp the Merry Christmas. Lining that up. And then we can add a little bit more with the bottle brush again. Oops. And just edging around that. And then that's just going to get stuck on there. Now you could just leave that like that and just have the Merry Christmas. It almost looks like a bit of a Christmas bonbon, doesn't it? So you could have that just there, you know, or to add the little bit of fun, you can add your little Christmas owl. So all you're doing is just stamping in black. So again, using a little bit of offcut. So just stamping your owl down and stamping a little Christmas hat. And then I've just used our watercolour pans. With the new water brush. So I've just picked up the red, but I've added a little bit of black. And what we could do is add a little bit of the sparkly back from the metallics. So I'm just going to mix that up in there because I find this red is just not the Christmassy red that I was looking for. So you can just paint in there. Maybe just a little bit more red. Just muck around with your colours until you're happy with the colour that you've got. And then just getting rid of that colour. So just until the brush runs clear. And then, well, actually I'm going to paint him too. So he's going to get a little bit of red on his beak and on his feathers. Now you probably don't want to watch me paint, so I've actually prepared one earlier. What we can do is just paint the green. I'll show you how to paint the green, so just his eyes. So I've just done his eyes and his wings green. And then I want to show you the lovely gold metallic. That's clear. So just wet the paint just to get it moving. So if you just do a drop of water from your brush, that gets that moving. And I'm just going to paint his body. So the metallic paints give a lovely subtle shimmer. Just painting away until you're happy. So now if you can see there, you've got a bit of a shimmer going on with them with the gold metallic. So it's quite lovely. So again, you paint your owl whatever you want to. I've cut these out earlier because I'm sure you didn't want to sit there and watch me cut out. So all I've done then here is just taped it on. So tape the message on. We put it a bit more towards the side so we can get the little owl in. And then stick the hat onto the little owl. And then mount the owl. So probably just a couple of pieces of mounting tape. Probably the 3's enough. I'll just pop him in the corner there. And then always need a little bit of sparkle. So I've just across the band of his hat just added the eye stickles. And then his pom-pom on his wings. And then on his beak. You have a sparkly beak. Now you could go and adding a bit of eye stickles to the bottle brush as well, if you needed a little bit of extra sparkle. You know, you can never have too much glitz, especially at Christmas time. And then just for his eyes, I've added a little bit of glossy accent so that they come up nice and shiny. So there you go. There's our little card. Just, oops. So again, I think that's really cool. And your voucher, I think, there it is. So again, your voucher just slips in that pocket and that fits sits quite snug there. So I hope you've enjoyed this little video. Please let me know if there's anything that you need. If you need any supplies, just contact me and I'm very happy to get you the supplies that you need. Okay, take care, and we'll see you in a fortnight. Okay, bye.